Hi bird nerds, how's everyone doing today? We're hanging out here in the backyard. Just been working with the birds quite a bit. We'll flip the camera around here in a minute. Winter has been coming. You've noticed lately we've been posting a lot of videos around the oncoming of winter, so just kind of wanted to show you guys where I'm at with the transition of my birds from breeding to non-breeding, summertime to fall time, and then quickly approaching to winter. So just wanted to kind of give you an update where we're at in the aviary, where we're at inside the shed. Inside the shed is a disaster because we're kind of doing our big fall cleanup and getting birds moved around as much as we can, getting them out in the aviary, but then also trying to clean and do some deep cleaning and rounding up the last bits of birds that we'll be sending out before it gets too cold and I can't ship anymore. So we'll turn it around, kind of give you guys a nice view of what I get to see every day, which I love. Fall is my favorite time because it's nice, cool weather, but warm enough to do stuff, but not cold enough that you want to just stay inside all day. And so really love this time of year. It's my favorite time. The birds love it. Sometimes it's hard in winter in Utah. We get some days that are really nice and other days that can be cold really quick. We can get cold fronts that come through rapidly and the temperatures go up and down quite a bit. And so it can be a challenge for some of the birds, especially if they have chicks in the nest or finishing up breeding, things like that. It can become a little bit challenging. So anyways, let's turn the camera around, show you guys where we're at, and give you a peek of the aviary. Some of the still have babies coming out, still had quite a few babies actually, and a few more in the nest boxes that we'll share, and then kind of some of the birds that we're rounding up to send on out to others. So this is my nice view. Get to hang out here on our patio couches, listen to the birds singing. It's actually really, it's beautiful to the ears and incredibly calming, and just love to hang out here and relax. Lots of times it usually ends up with you taking a nap with the birds serenading you in the background. So my plants did really well this year. I don't know the names of these. I'm not very good at the names, but these guys did beautiful. They're a fall plant, so they grow really big and they're green all summer, and then in the fall time they bloom. My yellow ones kind of overtook my red ones. It's doing good. You can see the leaves are starting to turn yellow. So fall and winter are rapidly approaching. Same here. My flowers are starting to die down with the colder nights. I did have carrots in here, so I grew carrots in here, and then I pulled those carrots about 3 weeks ago. I actually had a fairly decent crop, first time growing carrots, and then I swapped them out. This is like a fall plant, but it didn't do very well. So, and then I have slowly started pulling my plants out of the aviary. So you can see here are my plants that I pulled out. We've got 4 right there. We've got 1 right here. You can see they are beat up. The birds did a very good number on it. I've actually had the plants out of the aviary. This one's been out for about a week and a half, 2 weeks, and it's already starting to grow new leaves. This was completely bare when I pulled it out of the aviary. The birds ate everything on it. So we will keep these plants throughout the wintertime. It's still warm enough outside that the plants are doing good, and they get watered with my watering system with my sprinklers. This one actually had a few flowers that bloomed. So we've got a few buds out here, doing good. So We'll give them the winter time. We'll pull them back into the shed in the wintertime and let them recuperate, get their leaves back on, get their strength back. We'll probably change out the dirt, get a good root system there, so they're nice and ready for springtime, and I can put them back out here and they can get beat up all over again. I do still have a few plants still in here. I've got my palm plant in there. I've got this bamboo plant here and bamboo plant back there. You guys can see, I have a bamboo plant there. I've got one of my plants. I'll probably just end up throwing this away. I don't know if it's gonna make it or last throughout the winter time. And same one, got one over there as well. This plant here, right there, I still have a nest in there. I've got society babies that just hatched out. I went to go pull the nest and they had a whole bunch of babies in there. So we're gonna leave that in there. This is a cold hardy plant. So I'm actually going to give it a bigger base down the bottom. We're gonna replace out the dirt, give it a nice big base, and we are actually gonna leave it in there throughout the winter time. It has, let me pull you over here. You can see that it's grown some leaves out here. So it is a vine plant, and what my hopes are is I am actually come a little bit later in the year, I'm going to start zip tying those to my wire to condition them to grow up, and we'll kind of have a side panel of a beautiful vine plant. So it's a honeysuckle plant, which is the birds, can eat it and have fun. But I think it would be a really nice kind of accent drop to have some plants there. So really excited about that. You guys can see down here on the bottom, got female parrot finch. You can see her down there. I got her from Rancel out in Florida. Best wishes to him. I know we've had several hurricanes go out through them. Rancel with Paradise Aviary, so hopefully best wishes to him and to his birds. Hopefully everything goes well, but he was able to ship me that female before all the hurricanes hit, literally about a few days before the hurricanes hit. And I've got some beautiful scarlet-breasted parakeets. These are females. Got a blue and a normal that are just young, just babies. Got them from a great friend up in Montana. She's got beautiful birds and has done great. You can see a little baby zebra finch. That one's a pied zebra, actually. I don't keep any pieds, but that one came out pied and it's crested as well. So I got a crested pied zebra finch. I actually, my female zebra, she's crested. She's the only one crested, but she fledged 6 zebra finches this last clutch, and 5 of the 6 are crested. They are goofy looking, beautiful, funny birds. So if anyone's interested in any crested zebra finches, reach out to me. My window for shipping is closing rapidly, but still kind of fun to have them. So as you can see, let me pull out just a little bit so you guys can see a little bit more of the aviary. I did pull all of my nest boxes except for the society one in that plant in the other aviary. So I've pulled everything and am trying to encourage the birds to slow down. We have slowed down some of the egg food. I still have some babies inside, so I haven't completely stopped the egg food, but I've slowed down with the temperatures cooling down. The birds are starting to slow down a little bit. My zebra finches are still trying to breed as much as they can, but my other birds seem to be slowing down a good amount, which is great. If you guys, we'll zoom in here for you. Got a couple of my Borks babies that came out. They're looking good. Got 2 down the bottom and then the 1 up in the very top. So 2 Rubinos and 1 Lutino. Several zebra babies. So we'll be rounding up the zebra babies here in a little bit and selling a bunch of them, and then keeping being very selectful on the ones that I'm keeping to breed next year. So a lot of the ones that are full color in my full color and orange. I'm trying to get the triple orange breed going with my zebra finches, and some of the babies are starting to look pretty cool. So mostly zebras out here. and Borks and some shaft tails. And then I've got my diamond sparrow pair up to the very top. They bred for me, but their eggs were not fertile this year. So unfortunately, we did not get any babies from them this year. So hopefully next year we can have a little bit better success. Anyways, you can see the birds are calming down quite a bit. Nice and chill. So let's jump into the inside the shed and kind of show you guys where we're at with there. I still got about a couple weeks, and then I will pull all of my plants inside the shed for the entire winter, so that it doesn't get too cold and it kills them. So you guys will notice that my shed is very messy. I've got several different birds in several different cages because they are getting ready to be shipped out later this week, and just making sure a couple of them are really young babies. So I've separated them on purpose, like for here, just to make sure they are eating fully on their own with no issues. And so far, everything seems to be going great. Got one of my beautiful scarlet males in here. He kind of gets a little aggressive, so I've got him in a cage by himself just to make sure we're good. You can hear babies squawking. That's baby shaft tails. We've got up here my yellow-bodied red-faced star pair. They kicked out a baby. Baby is starting to eat on its own, so I'm hoping probably another week it'll be weaned, and then we will pull this pair out and put them out in the aviary. Down here we've got a Lutino Bork that's heading out on Monday. We've got a pair of stars down here and a young star male, and then a pair of young shaft-tail babies. Those are all heading out next week on Monday. Doing good. And then I got to catch another Rubino, put in here. So seems to be doing good. You can see I've started to clear out my cages. So I do have, I forgot to open that up. I do have society pair here. Got a society pair here that is fostering shaft tail baby and 2 star babies, which is great. Pulled out my star pair here, put them back in the aviary. This star pair here, they just hatched out 2 chicks literally about 2 days ago. So hoping that they'll continue to raise them. Pulled out this star pair, they are good. Down here I have my normal bodied yellow-faced star pairs. They fledged 4 chicks, and all 4 chicks seem to be doing really well. And there's all 4 of them sitting on the perch. They just flew back. Star babies are really crazy when the first few days they fledge. They're trying to pop their heads through the wires to escape. They're kind of erratic. And then after about 3-4 days, they kind of simmer down. They get their wings underneath them, and then they tend to be a little bit more mellow like the parents. But yeah, they are doing really well. Babies are looking awesome. Parents did a good job. Kind of hard to see with these cages, but as soon as those babies wean, we'll pull them out, put them in the aviary, and then once all these cages are done, I will pull out the cages entirely. We're going to take them out and do a major spray disinfection, clean them. We're going to take all the nest boxes off them and get everything ready. We're going to clean the walls behind it, disinfect everything down the walls underneath the cages because it gets really messy and dirty throughout the summertime, and kind of get that area ready. And then we'll let it kind of sit there for the wintertime, and then get it ready for springtime when we come back. Got Pink Lemonade here. Can you say hi, Pink Lemonade? Yeah. We do have a nest box of zebra eggs that are about to hatch in 2 days. We got a nest box there of 3 zebra finches. One of them has fledged. I don't know where the baby's at. Might be outside. We've got most of my male Gouldian finches in here. In here we've got our rosy pair Borks. They've got 2 chicks in the nest. They'll be fledging in about 2 weeks, maybe a week and a half. As soon as those chicks fledge and are in there and have been fledged for about a week, I'll open up that cage, let them come out, just like what I've done down here. I've got my my Lutino Rubino pair. They just fledged 3 babies. But I did open up into my zebra finch pair. They actually just fledged 5 babies. Lots of zebra babies. So if anybody's interested in zebra babies, let me know. I've got crested zebras. I've got black-breasted, black-faced zebra finches. I've got a good array of zebra finches. So, and then in here, we kind of got a surprise today. So I went down underneath. So you can see a nest box right there. I pulled that down, and I actually had a week-old parrotfinch baby. And there's mom and dad right there. And that looked really well, nice and full, so I hurried and put that nest box back. Then there's another nest box all the way up in there. I pulled that one down, and a shaft tail flew out of it. And when the shaft tail flew out, a baby Amadina chick that looked like it was only about 2 days old fell out of the nest as the shaft tail flew out, which was really interesting. So I just had my, hey, you're not supposed to come out. You're supposed to stay in there. Come back. Anyways, so I grabbed the Amadina chick because up here I've got an Amadina pair sitting on eggs that should be hatching in about 3 days. And then the shaft tail had laid eggs. She's got 6 fertile eggs, and they're definitely shaft tail eggs because shaft tail eggs and Amadina eggs are very different. Shaft tail eggs are similar to zebras. They're kind of like a skinny, narrow egg, and Amadinas are a bigger round egg, kind of similar to Gouldian finches, but bigger. And so somehow one of my Amadinas must have laid an egg in there. My shaft tail sat on it and hatched it out. Did have a little bit of food in its crop, so they were feeding it, but I figured it would probably have a better chance up here with my Amadina pairs. So I threw it up there in hopes that they'll hatch that out, or continue feeding the one chick and then hatch out their other 3 eggs that were fertile. Over here, have another pair of shaft tails with more eggs. So lots still to come, in hopes that we can wrap stuff up. Oh, good. She flew back in. Good girl. Good job, good. She is so pretty. This is my cinnamon scarlet-breasted parakeet female. She's beautiful. She's a baby from last year. So I am so excited next year to be able to breed her. And I will be breeding her with, let me show you guys this handsome devil over here. Oh, where'd he go? Oh, he's gonna fly out. He's soaking up that sun. That's what they do when they sunbathe. Stretch out those wings, fluff up their feathers, let that sun hit on them. They soak up those UV rays. Very, very important for feather health. Hey, Pink Lemonade, you're blocking my camera view. You want, I think Pink Lemonade wanted some attention too. Can you say hi? Hi. Anyways, I'm gonna put her up top because she'll probably fly back down here again. He has started to molt, so come next year, and he's about the same age as my scarlet breasted, so they'll be a young pair. So then there may be some learning curves next year, but very excited to put him with her. And he could possibly be split to scarlet breasted or cinnamon as well. And if that's the case, I could get both male and female cinnamon because this is a sex-linked gene. But if the male is split and you put him with a female that is full cinnamon, then you could get both males and females in the cinnamon color, which I'd be really excited for. So got a fallow bork there, an opal bork further down. She really is beautiful. I am really excited in hopes that I can get some male cinnamon. You can see up here is a couple of my baby zebra finches. Top one's crested, the bottom one's the only one that's not crested. It is a little warm in here. Getting some warmth on them, but down there's one of beautiful Rubino borks that I got from Montana. Here's one of my Gouldian chicks. There's mom. She and dad are sitting in this nest box right here on 6 fertile eggs, and all of them seem to be doing really well. So trying to slow down and taking out nest boxes as soon as they become vacant. So as soon as these zebra finches fledge fully, I'll take that out. And then these guys will be hatching. I've got a few down there that are still fledging. So about another 2 weeks and I'll have most of my nest boxes out except for probably this wall. These guys will be all out. So this cage will be empty. This cage will be empty. All of my white cages will be empty. And as soon as my Goulian finches hatch and raise their chicks, I'll bring them out of this and I'll have everybody out here so they can rest out in the aviary, get lots of flight, get lots of exercise, and then but still have the option to come in when it starts to get too cold, because that is fastly approaching. Oh, I did hatch out several baby button quail chicks. They are now mostly feathered. So if anybody's looking for button quail chicks, reach out to me. I will be selling some of those as well. Anyways, if you guys watched the Bird Range podcast last time, we talked about some of the things that we do to prep for winter. You can see I've got my heater in here. It only kicks on at night because we're still getting warm during the day. But at nighttime, we're dropping down to 50s as far as temperature goes. And with some of the babies that are still in the nest, like these guys that are brand new babies, and that sun is really drowning out my camera here. It gets too cold at night for these chicks, so that heater will help supplement that. You can see we're rearranging everything. It's just a mess in here, but hopefully will not be a mess for too much longer as we slowly deep clean cages, disinfect stuff, clean walls. Like, my goal is this whole thing within the next 2 to 4 weeks. I'm just doing little bits at a time. Will be completely cleaned out, washed out, disinfected, and put to rest until we come back into springtime next year. So a pretty big process, lots going on. Definitely a huge mess, but we still got some good things going on in the bird aviary. And throughout, we still got some really good species. We've got star babies, we've got Goulian babies, we've got parrotfinch babies, bork babies, zebra babies, shaft-tail babies. I mean, most of my birds still are kicking out babies, but I'm slowly trying to reel them back, take away the nest boxes, slow down the food, and in hopes that we'll kind of get them fully into rest mode, get them all molting. Some of them have already started to molt, and I want all of them to molt. So when we come into springtime, we'll start first with the canaries in February and just be a waterfall domino effect after that. And we'll have a completely crazy full season of breeding all next year. Look at that little baby. He's just resting. Anyways, appreciate you guys. Thanks for watching. Let me know what comments, what questions you have below, and we'll see you next time.